Good morning. I had to get up early this morning at 6 o'clock to do make a video. I could hardly wait because I am thinking about a characteristic of women that I have known who think they don't like women, other women. They just like men. Well, I can understand the reasons. They think men are more interesting, perhaps, and I encountered this attitude very early in life because I was the oldest daughter of 5 daughters of a woman who definitely didn't like other women and preferred men, and she didn't have any sons. So she would rarely talk to us. On her way out the door, she would look at us like we would be over there, sisters, talking, 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 and she'd act like, well, maybe I ought to talk to my daughters, but oh no, I can't stand it. So she'd leave, and I hardly ever spent any time with my mother except when she was taking me off to school or some long trip. Then we would talk. So, and one reason why I kind of soured on discussions in the video room was because there were certain women starting to come who were attracted by the qualities of uh, the male uh, who were the males who presences, especially one who was very talented at talking, discussing, and he also was a very good storyteller. So, and he was very charismatic to the ladies. And pretty soon he had gathered quite a circle of female fans. But they didn't, generally speaking, didn't like other women. So whenever they'd see me there, they would be annoyed, disgusted, insulting, disappointed, all the negatives. And while, so finally, well, I told him this. I said, look, these, you got to help me with this because I can't take too much more of these, punishment because I'm a woman, not a man. But he just didn't take it serious. So I finally had to stage a big rebellion and leave the discussions in the because I just felt that a whole lot of people were just getting very turned off of me. I'd been in there long enough. So I left. Well, he seemed to take this as an insult too. Like I should have gone on suffering. I didn't think so. When you've got a situation where you're doing the greater amount of the suffering, I mean, they loved him, so how could he tell me I should put up with whatever? I should put up with being definitely not the favorite when it came to discussion with women who don't like women. They favor men. And anyway, I still persisted in leaving, and I did feel much better. I mean, I felt better even if I couldn't find anybody to talk to than I felt by being unwelcome when I did appear and causing annoyance. So it it just had to be. Uh, and of course, I have my own video channel, which is another place I can go, and I did go. Uh, I certainly couldn't have left all those discussions if I hadn't had a voice, a way to have a voice, which I'd long established. I go to social networking, I go to several outlets with, and I can put my videos on all these outlets if I think they might like them. So anyway, yesterday I hadn't been back to the video room, and I was getting over being angry, so I decided, because I had to leave. I mean, it was a break, it was a struggle, and so I decided that I would go back yesterday and talk to whoever was in charge and express my interest in the fact that I did support the video room, even though I was no longer in there, as a facilitator of discussion, volunteer, board member. I'd resigned all those posts. So I had a pretty good chat with a new board member and volunteer. And then later on in the day, I went by there. I'd done my laundry next door, so I was down there. And I happened to look in and see the gentleman who was still angry with me for leaving, I guess. But anyway, I thought, well, he's been angry for quite a while. I think he should get over it. After all, I'm getting pretty old. I won't be around. I always think this. Won't be around very long. He needs to get his thinking done, work through this, get over it. And so I didn't think he was over it just from his sort of attitude, just sitting there. But I decided to go on in the room to emphasize the fact that I was coming into the video room. It wasn't that I was never going to come in there again, and I didn't come there really to discuss, because I kind of bailed out on discussion. It was getting too unpleasant for me. And well, this gentleman was still very angry, and he got up and left. And I thought, oh dear. So, but I found this very interesting. It was better than when he was being nice to me, but just ignoring whatever I said. Ignoring the fact that I had a problem in there. But now it seemed to have registered on him enough that he was not speaking. And he has not been speaking to me since. So, which, I think is more honest, more stimulating to me personally, than if he were just putting up with whatever and not taking not suggesting to those ladies that maybe they should be nicer to me, or I might leave. God forbid. So, anyway, that was quite the day. Now, this is a gentleman that who's very talented, I think, at discussion. I have been in a number of discussions with him when he was able to work. I was able to work with him, and others that were there, and we could get a discussion going, the like of which I hadn't even experienced. I mean, it was, so I thought, here is a man who's talented enough at discussion that he should go on video. And so I started telling him, and the reason why to go on video is to expand his audience so that he can share his talent with a lot more people, just like I try to share my talent with a lot more people, and preserve it for other people to watch after he's gone. Video has a lot more permanent life than just a memory. Oh, I was there. But when you've got a video camera to record what happened, then you have a way of surviving longer, just like a movie. And my son pointed out to me, oh, theater is live, and I said, of course it's live. They had to do it that way when they didn't have movies. But movies, a lot of actresses and actors want to get into a movie so they can preserve their talent on film. And we have a whole room in that video room. Oh, we have a whole room full of old movies. And a lot of them are atrocious, and some of them are treasures of people who wanted to preserve their acting on a more permanent form. So I blew that argument away. And my son is a very talented actor. And I said, your talent, you should preserve it for more people than just who come that night live. That's just not thinking of the future, of what other people might like from you. What I would like, now I don't live where my son is, so if he put some of his performances on video, then I could see him more completely. I could see him act, I could see his face, and it would just bring me a lot more pleasure than just hearing about it. Somehow hearing about a performance just doesn't do it. So I hope I've got him inspired to think about, and I know he could set up and do videos. I have another son who majored in college in film, so he knows an awful lot about film. So to me, when people like this should not even hesitate to make mini movies, in fact, I think mini movies for a lot of people are the wave of the future, where to me our society is the most healthy when the most people are creating, performing, doing. We should not put a cap on creativity and say, well, there's only the professionals that need to make the movies here, and there are only the professionals that need to write the plays. I say we should encourage everybody to create, to write poems, to write songs, to write plays if they're ambitious enough. We shouldn't be discouraging them. That is criminal. Just because certain people would possibly not profit as much. Well, let them not profit as much, and let us have a healthier society where everybody is encouraged to sing if they can, to write poetry. That is our inner self that needs to do that. Creativity is healing. It's inspiring. It was what have made the cavemen sat around and tell stories and pass them on. This is man's work. And all men need to be creative. When we deprive people of their chances to be creative, we're taking away their joy in living. Their joy that a creator finds when they write, when they make up a song. So this shouldn't be the exclusive right of just a few, very few talented people who happen to get a chance, an opportunity that is denied many others. We need to open up the doors and say, yes, Let everybody become a creator, a poet, an artist, a songwriter, if they feel that urge. Let's encourage them. That is my message to the world, is do not deny people creativity. And you will get a lot happier people, a lot more excited people, people who don't want to get high in order to get that kick. Fight addiction with creativity. That's my solution.